Darnold throws, caught for the 2 points. Eric Saubert.
Go Hawks! Yes! I've never seen a game where there was a fourth quarter game-tying 2-point conversion as the result of an incompletion reversed into a backwards pass, fumble, recovered in the end zone. Can't say that anymore. What a game. Oh my God. If you missed it, wow, did you miss something you'll never see again? We're going to talk about it. I've also never seen a game where the lead in the division and conference came down to an overtime 2-point conversion because a tie would have been just as bad as a loss. Can't say that anymore either. We're going to talk about it. We'll get to some other NFL news as well, but first on the Seattle Mike Show, we got to talk Thursday Night Football. That might have been the wildest game I've ever seen, and I'm trying to be unbiased when I say that because I know I'm a Seahawks fan. I know that it worked out for us, but that might be the wildest game I've ever seen. For me, the biggest story of this game, outside of that crazy 2-point conversion, but the biggest story of this game is about what people were saying about Sam Darnold coming into the game. Sam Darnold chokes in must-win games. Sam Darnold can't win when it matters most. That's my best Stephen A. Smith impression. To help me break down this game, I did ask my friend Rocco for commentary as the game was going. And, look, to Stephen A. Smith's point, it was a must-win game, and Sam Darnold did throw 2 interceptions. So after the second time that Sam Darnold threw an interception, after Sam Darnold's second interception, how did you feel about that, Rocco?
I'm fucking irritated. Seriously.
I was too, but don't stop believing. After throwing 2 picks, Sam could have turned into a little itty bitty shell of himself, could have clammed down when all the adversity was against him. But you know what? No. Rashid Shaheed takes a punt to the house. What a fucking trade deadline move, by the way. That touchdown on that punt return puts the Seahawks down 30-20. They need a 2-point conversion to make it a 1-possession game. Sam delivers. The Seahawks stop the Rams, get the ball back, need a touchdown drive. Sam delivers. Seahawks need 2. And you know what? Sam put that fumble right where it needed to be. Just like we drew it up. The old fake screen, fumble forward, through their hands, sneaky 2-point conversion. I think everyone has that play in their playbook, right? Like plays everybody has. Tush push, Hail Mary, fake screen, fumble recovery, 2-point conversion. I think those are the ones. In case you don't get it, this 2-point conversion attempt, it was ruled an incompletion originally. My friends and I watching the game, okay, it's incomplete. This didn't work out. Look, there's plenty of time left. We still got a shot here. That's how we're talking at that point, right? Next thing I know, upon further review, it's a backwards pass, aka a fumble, that the Rams touch first and is recovered in the end zone by the finest of wines, Zach Charbonnet, a fine Zach Charbonnet, for the successful 2-point conversion. Welcome to the fucking Matrix. Wow. And when that happened, we tied it up 30-30. Rocco, what are your thoughts?
30-30, right? Them some bitch-ass niggas, and they gonna lose on my mama, and I'll put it on it.
Like Rocco said, they some bitch-ass people. So, game goes to overtime. They win the toss. They score a touchdown. Whatever. I ain't worried about them. Why, Rocco?
Them some bitch-ass niggas.
We need a touchdown. Sam delivers. We need the 2-point conversion because a tie does nothing for us. A tie, because the Rams beat us back in Week 11, a tie means that the Rams would have been in first place for the NFC and the NFC West. We need the win. So we're there. We're about to attempt a 2-point conversion in overtime for the win. Before we get to that, Rocco, what are your thoughts?
Fuck the fucking Rams on my mama.
And Sam did not let your mama down, Rocco. Sam fucking delivers. Sam Darnold is the opposite of DiGiorno. He's delivery. Look, by the stats, not a great game for Sam. 22 of 34 for 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 20 very nervous shots of whiskey taken by my friends throughout this game. But Sammy D won the game, and Sammy D is now leading the NFC best, not just the NFC West, but the NFC best, because the Seahawks are now number 1 in the NFC and our hearts. Seeing the future, the Seahawks are now number 1 seed in the NFC Seahawks. They've got the Panthers at 10 a.m. in week 17, and then the 49ers at, to be determined time date, week 18, and that could very well be for the entire NFC. So that could be a huge game between the Seahawks and 49ers. Not to get ahead of ourselves, obviously got the Panthers next week. The Rams, in order to win the division, now they would need some help because they very well could beat the Falcons and Cardinals. They've got 2 easy teams left on their schedule. But they'd need Seattle to lose to the Panthers, and then they would need for the 49ers to lose to the Seahawks in week 18. Unless the 49ers lose to the Bears in week 17, in which case a week 18 49ers win would mean that the Rams win the division. So that's all pretty simple for the Rams. Bottom line, you'd actually rather be a 49ers fan than a Rams fan right now because the 49ers, they control their own destiny. If they win out, they win the NFC. Now, it's not going to happen because, to me, look, the 49ers, they're just like the Rams. And what are the Rams, Rocco?
Them some bitch-ass niggas.
We do need to move on because this Friday episode of the Seattle Mike Show, we got to talk about other things. Like, how about Puka Nacua, who apparently did an anti-Semitic dance with Andy Ross, and I have no idea who the hell Andy Ross is, but here's the anti-Semitic dance.
Go spin it, flex, then look and go like this. All right? Yes! Yes!
Now, I didn't know that rubbing your hands together in a greedy-looking way is anti-Semitic. According to the Jewish News, the dance contains a gesture which involves rubbing hands together and is associated with a harmful, greedy stereotype of Jewish people. Now, I didn't know that that was a thing. I highly doubt that Puka knew. And this was a part of the same live stream where Puka criticized the refs, which is always a smart decision for NFL players to make. Yeah, criticize the people that are giving you calls. Here's what Puka said.
The refs be bullshitting sometimes.
Oh, 100%. I'm like, they had a... Yes, the refs are the worst because they're just some of the rules aren't. And like, these guys want to be. These guys are lawyers and like, they want to be on TV too, bro. Like the game. You don't think he's texting his friends in the group chat like, "Yo, you guys just saw me Sunday Night Football." Like that was
no way.
Like that wasn't PI. Like, but I called it. I was like,
Seriously, they do that?
I mean, these guys are normal human beings too, bro. Like these guys.
I mean, they do a better job than them.
Dude, am I even joking? Yes.
Fuck, bro. They
do.
kill the game.
They're cheaters, bro. I don't care.
And so I guess, when I put these two things together, my take is this. I don't think that Puka's anti-Semitic. I think Puka's an idiot. Why take this random streamer's interview? Like, why go on his show at all? I'm sure the McAfee show would love to have you. I'm sure Pardon My Take or Good Morning Barstool or the Kay Adams show, the Seattle Mike show. I'm sure you could get on any one of those shows. Why are you doing some random streamer's show who... they benefit most from making you look bad. Look, I didn't know who Andy Ross was until you did something anti-Semitic on his show. Any of the shows I just listed, they don't need to make you look bad for views. They get a ton of views already. The Seattle Mike Show gets like 20 views a year. We're killing it, baby. We don't need to make you look bad. Why are you being such a putz? Look, I know I did just say that Puka might be an idiot, but in his defense, he did release a statement apologizing for the anti-Semitic behavior. The statement reads, Puka do bad, Puka sorry, Puka love the Jew. The other huge news to come out of this week is that Tua Tagovailoa has been benched, which is a shock that it didn't happen sooner. It's funny because Tua, in my mind, was never worth the $53 million a year that he's making. I mean, we're talking about a guy with a QBR this season of 36. His QBR is 36 this season. You know what that means? His QBR is lower than his coach's age. And look, even outside of poor performance, with the amount of concussions Tua's suffered, I've often felt like he should probably be benched for his own protection. Tua has 4 documented concussions since 2019, 3 of them being in the NFL. Between the concussions and his poor performance, I was curious about what took them so long to bench him. So I actually texted Tua to ask him. I said, Tua, how are you doing, buddy? I was wondering if you had any thoughts on why you're being benched now as opposed to any other point in your career. Tua's response was, Tua play football. And then he challenged me to a game of beer pong. Looking at Tua's contract, it's hard to picture how the Dolphins are going to manage to cut him without taking a massive loss. Their only hope is to find a trade partner that could save them up to $74 million over the next 2 years. Personally, I never thought Tua was that good. So I'm kind of hoping he gets traded to the Rams. Why, Rocco?
Fuck the fucking Rams!
That's all I've got for this Friday episode of the Seattle Mike Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'm Seattle Mike on the mic. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.